Hey everyone, welcome in. This is Diabetes2nd here with the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Seed of the Week for January 31st, 2021. The rules for the race are the same as usual and are shown on screen. For more information about the Seed of the Week, the randomizer, and the DWR Discord community, check the description below. If you want to try to catch some live racing action, I stream DWR fairly regularly at twitch.tv/diabetes2nd, usually somewhere between 8 p.m. and midnight Eastern, including viewer-requested seeds and community races. Most reliable time to hop in is on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. because that's when we have a scheduled weekly live race. Hopefully we'll see some of you there. As always, we'll be doing some post-mortem commentary of my run this week. We'll go ahead and get that started. Results of this week's race will be shown at the conclusion of the seed as well. This week's flag set is mostly standard with some cosmetic changes, as you probably already noticed. So expect the usual randomized map, town and cave locations, chest and search spot treasures, shop offerings, hero stat growth and spells, and enemy zone skills and spells. Cosmetically, we'll be playing in Noir mode, which is effectively a 4-color black and white version. We will not have spellcast flashing, so that's a little bit of quality of life, and we will have modern spell names, so expect things like Sizzle and Fizzle as opposed to Hurt and Stop Spell. Gameplay-wise, we'll be playing to the Three's Company win condition. That's retrieving Princess Gwaelin, taking her to the Dragon Lord, and accepting his proposal to rule the world. And given the fact that we won't need to grind out DL2 stats, only enough to make it successfully through Sharlock, I expect this to be a faster-than-average Standard Flags seed. Alright, starting off, we have the Death Necklace, some gold. Sizzle. That is Hurt More. That's a pretty strong start. Looks like we're the Final Fantasy I ninja for this seed. Magician's not the most efficient use of our single Hurt More cast, but it will give us level 2. Well, not a whole lot there to work with. We did learn a spell, though. Looks like we're just going to take a death refill. Unfortunately, only 1 MP means we still have just the 1 Hurt More cast, or Sizzle. Oh! Axe Knight would be good if it didn't one-shot us before they had the opportunity to attack. So, a little bit of a rough go here in the early going. Couple of deaths already. We do have Hurt More though, so should be quick work to advance here. Looking at the Noir mode already, it's a little bit difficult to tell which enemies are which. As we learned, the Drakey has Hurt More also. Lovely. So most of the overworld tiles in terms of the map, you can pretty much tell them apart just based on their look. We see up here kind of to the where we're standing right now, it looks to be desert. And then far off in the northeast corner with the lighter dots, that would be grasslands. Here as we take out the Metal Scorpion, pick up levels 3 and 4. 30 power. 13 HP is also good. Spell, looks like we got Stop Spell and Heal More. No complaints here. Still just 11 MP, that is a second Hurt More, I guess, but still not much to go with there. We have a cave here to the east. Looks to be the grave. Top of the grave, we have a torch. Erdrick's sword. Let's go. Nice crit, because we really needed the crit after picking up the sword. And third chest is an herb. So 3.5 minutes into the seed, we have hurt more. We have 75 attack power. I'd say that's pretty good. 7 more power, 102. Here at level 5, another spell. Haven't checked that yet. The noir mode aesthetic, not especially my favorite. It does give you a little bit of the what if this were on Game Boy type of look, especially if you're playing on emulator or other non-original hardware where you have that distinct yellow, green, and black appearance. Trying to find my way back out of the grave here. We did get back to the stairs, but the Spectre said, "You want to go outside? You know what? We're sending you home all the way." So given our low MP and the terrible, terrible agility, it would probably be a good idea now to try to sit down and grind a little bit. We've seen Axe Knights just to the northeast. Wouldn't be bad, certainly, although we're likely to get back attacked, and certainly can still be one-shot probably at 44 HP and 7 defense. But we have a decent chance to take them out, or we could settle into a grind here in zones 1 or 2. This looks like zone 1 here to the west. 2 good enemies right there with the Warlock and Metal Scorpion, both of which are one-shottable with Erdrick's sword. Very quickly going to pick up level 6 here. One, 2, 1, 20 MP, huge pickup. Now we can cast some Hurt Mores. We got Heal More. Warlocks we can add to the list of things that have Hurt More. Fantastic. So Warlock, Spectre, Drakey. That's suboptimal if we wanted to continue to grind in them, but again, very likely that we take them out in a single shot. Worst comes to worst, we can cast Hurt More. Probably looking for some Axe Knights in this zone. Unfortunately, I think from what we've seen, Metal Slime, Drakey, Magician, Axe Knight, not sure if there's a 5th enemy here, but that's not a great enemy set. There's our 5th, Star Wyvern. That's not bad. So 2 good, 1 very coin flippy, RNG dependent Metal Slime, and then 2 garbage enemies. So not ideal. Probably would be even better or more consistent in Zone 1. Meanwhile, level 7 from the skeleton. 7 agility is nice, 14 MP also nice. Nice, excellent move on the Druin. Pushing the exploration out a bit. Again, when you have offense like this, it's hard to not be tempted to do so. Our survivability is just not great right now, which would be the reason or argument for not doing so. Another cave here. It also looks like the bottom of the map. And it's the Staff of Rain turn-in. Aha! We have some towns. And perhaps the southeast corner of the map as well. Oxness, naturally. We could at least check and see what's there. Check the other town, probably heal up first. Magic Wyvern also a great Hurtmore target. One of the best. And it's Remulder with keys. Ooh, this is shaping up to be a Jetty seed. Already have key access. Already have the sword. Already have Hurtmore. We only need to grind up enough that we survive a Sharlock dive because of the Three's Company flag. And potentially we could do it right now in Hawksness, right next door. With our newfound keys, let's check the inn in Remulder. Find some replacement cash for the keys we just purchased, always good. Probably check the shop as well, see if we can pick up some defensive equipment. Don't have a ton of cash. Large shield, chainmail. Just short of affording a half plate. Looks like we only have the half plate. Bunch of offensive options that are all inferior to Erdrick's sword. Great. And again, we could walk outside, take out one Magidraki and have enough, but it looks like we're going to go check the spike tile in Hawksness first. Axe Knight, Armored Knight, both of which can be taken out, I wouldn't say relatively easily, but at 24 agility, the likelihood of us being back attacked is fairly high, so certainly not guaranteed. Also have an outside chance at a Blue Dragon or Stone Man with double Hurtmore at about a coin flip efficiency. 2-9-4-3 there at level 8. 9 agility is pretty helpful. It's an Armored Knight and we get first strike, so as long as we don't roll any 1 in 16 misses, we have this one. Armor would be probably the nicest pickup for us at this present moment. It's the Stones of Sunlight, so quest item number 1 in the books. Lots of things still to check at this point. We are in need of the token and the harp. We'd also like, but are not necessarily required to have Erdrick's armor. We need to find the Swamp Cave to locate the princess. We need to find Sharlock Castle, of course. And then the Rainbow Drop turn-in, since we've already found the Staff turn-in. Back to Remulder to pick up the half plate, heal up. Probably not a bad idea to just go right back into Hawksness and start taking out some more Axe Knights. Sorry, Armored Knights. Even just one will give us level 9. But especially with poor agility, you know, fine enough HP for level 8, but risky exploration can cost you lives, and lives can cost you time. Speaking of costing lives and time, ye olde Wombo Combo Blue Dragon. Sleep and Dragonlord Breath. Not what you want to see. Does give us the opportunity to check the Tangible Treasury. Hey, there's Erdrick's token. Quest item number 2. Tablet cave down here in the basement of the castle. One chest, no encounters down here. Thou hast found the torch, the thing that we burned in order to get through it. It has been replaced, so about a waste of a minute or so. Nothing too bad, it's worth checking. If the harp were here, we would be in go mode already. Just needed to locate Sharlock and the Rainbow Drop Cave. And the Swamp Cave, of course. Alright, we were dispatched by a warlock a bit earlier. We didn't see that this dead-ended. It looks like it may. Goes into kind of a very narrow area here to the northwest. Let's see if we can get all the way through. Interesting. Axe Knight here as well. So we have the same zone, flanking Zone 2 on both the east and west. 0679. Sorry, 6790, rather. For level 9. And we do indeed have a dead end here to the west. Probably something I should have cast already. Protect or Holy Protection in the later games. That is Repel. Mid-heal, heal more. Gosh, there's so many good Hurt Moreable enemies around. Fortunately, these are plains tiles. Oh, Sharlock is right there to the north of the grave. It was a couple tiles off screen, we just didn't see it earlier. So really, Swamp Cave and Rainbow Drop Cave, and then wherever the harp is. Start working with heal can only delay the inevitable. One thing that is a little bit disorienting about the noir mode here is that we don't see any color change in the text as we miss the hurt more against the Wraith Knight. So it's very easy, either in battle or walking over swamp or barrier tiles, to not realize that you have crossed over into danger zone in terms of HP. Spectre also with the heal spell, we can damage that quite easily. We also picked up level 10. 9 more power, we are super strong. Already can damage the Dragon Lord. Not that we're gonna fight him. Another missed hurt more against the Wraith Knight. Another missed hurt more against the Wraith Knight, and that one sends us back home yet again. Not the best of luck there. Only 3 in 16 chance for the Wraith Knight to resist hurt more. We missed, what, 3 out of 5? 3 out of 6? So there is the grave again, heading back north past Sharlock. We didn't follow along the eastern edge. It looks like we're going to head in that direction this time, before we sort of went north and then immediately to the west. Man, 15 out of 16 chance to hit the Axe Knight, we missed there too. Just not good luck at all. Well, a lot of nothing here to the northeast so far. Nice crit. 92 damage. We know specters are a little bit dangerous. They do have hurt more. This looks like the area that we were just in. We checked to the south first. This time we're going to head north. But specters with the hurt more, we're not guaranteed to one-shot them by any means. They do have heal though, and we can likely throw them at least into heal range. But still fairly safe, we think, to attack them outright as opposed to casting hurt more. We're almost out of resources anyway. Very close to the next level as well. 2175 for level 11. Can't quite get through the mountains there. Got a bridge off to the west. We got this area to the south. No MP left, unfortunately, for that green dragon. Trying to do as much exploration as possible for taking a death. Looks like this time it's the Gold Man that has sleep and will send us home. Didn't get to explore to the west there. But we've, again, crossed off another few areas on our map for exploration purposes. Swing back to the east this time. Oh, there's a town right here. We somehow missed this earlier. Once we went through that narrow area east of the grave, we immediately went south and found the Staff of Rain Turn-In, but there's a town actually right here before getting to Remolder and Hawksness. Level 11, 28920. And it's the town of Garenham. The opportunity to fill up on herbs. We'll check the weapon shop, see if there's any defensive upgrades for us. We can afford a large shield if one is available. We also have 3 chests and a cave in the back. Still looking for the rainbow drop turn-in, looking for the swamp cave, looking for the silver harp. Ah, 792 gold. We bought one too many herbs to afford the large shield, but it is here. If there's a gold chest back here, we can quickly purchase one. We have a torch, fairy water, and the dragon scale, which we just purchased. Great! Thanks, game. If we didn't purchase that, we would have been able to get our large shield. Fantastic. Alright, Stone's Cave, freebie chest. Okay, there's our gold. So 10 extra defense. Defense still lagging significantly behind, but a lot of that is kind of just dependent on the equipment that we find. No gold grind, half plate is probably going to be where we end up unless we find Erdrick's armor here sometime shortly. And deciding where to explore next. We died trying to go to the north earlier, and there's another town here. Cantlin or Coal would be preferable. Coal has a search tile inherent in it. Cantlin can lead us to an overworld search tile if one exists. Wow, we got pretty lucky against the Blue Dragon there. Only about a 30% chance or so to hit 2 hurt more, so we got lucky with the sleep that he did not use Dragon Lord Breath. And naturally, because we are looking for Coal or Cantlin, it is Brackenary. Useful only in this case for better equipment, and we can't afford anything right now. Oh, look how close together those towns were. On screen at the same time. Really, though, as we saw, really nothing of significance in Garenham that we were missing out on, so really no time lost by finding them in this order. Alright, this is a swampy dead end here. Not many directions left to explore at this point. We're expecting either to find a way through to the rest of the map, we have the area to the west, or we've got to find the swamp cave, or both. Crossing this bridge to the west led to nothing, which I can tell you right now is very distressing to me because I'm pretty sure that I've covered everything I can access. It's never a good feeling when that happens, when you feel like you've explored the entirety of the map, at least that you have access to. You're missing, obviously, multiple locations. We don't have Coal, we don't have Cantlin, Swamp Cave, Rainbow Drop Turn-In, Mountain Cave, so there's something that we've missed. Where have we possibly missed it? Where did we think that we saw a dead end that we not see a dead end? Where did we die right before confirming something, or something like that? What did we miss? So we're going to see a lot of backtracking here, and rightly so. Especially in a very jetty appearing seed like this one. This is an absolute killer. Fortunately, we've seen a lot of good enemies on the overworld here as we're walking around and exploring. and in this case, re-exploring. So hopefully we're at least sort of maintaining, but obviously if we were sitting on a spike tile and hurt mooring down a bunch of armored knights, that would be significantly faster than this. So now it's just the desperate backtrack looking for what was missed. It's not looking great. We've seen a lot of terrain that we've already seen, not finding what we're looking for. Perhaps behind Charlock, I thought that that was a dead end. Maybe it wasn't. Nope, definitely is. It's basically just following all the edges that we've already seen. Being double sure, especially since we somehow missed Garenham and Breckenary, especially Garenham, earlier, that maybe there wasn't some pathway here in the middle that we've overlooked that was still the grave. Still Garenham there, Hawksness, Remolder. We already know that the very bottom of the map has the Staff of Rain Cave, and is the bottom edge of the map, confirming again this is still Breck. I feel like I've now covered everything twice. There's only one spot that I haven't double-checked yet. Well, I guess there's two. If you were watching closely earlier, you probably already know what I had missed. It's just a matter of how quickly we get back to that spot. Based on taking the intentional death refill there as opposed to healing up in Breckenary or Garenham, pretty sure I know which direction I'm going to head next. Yep. Head back to the west. And despite having died to a Warlock very early, we did already double-check this once to make sure it did reach a dead end, and it does. So now there is only one area that has survived the backtrack double-check. And that is likely where we're going to find our progress. At least we're still gaining XP, level 12. 14 more power for 14 HP, 5 MP. Not too bad. And you can see lots and lots of double, now almost triple checking some of these areas. Really not sure where to go next. But again, there's only one spot that I have not double-checked yet, and that has to have our progression point. And almost succumbing to the swamp there. You really got to pay close attention to make sure that you are not dying from that. Again, double, now triple checking up here to the north to make sure that this, yep, still an island, still a dead end. Doesn't go through. Can't cross through there to the north. Mountains are in the way. Oh, you're so close to going to the one spot that we haven't double checked yet. Already been here. You know it's not there. And right there, I notice, oh, there's a one tile wide gap here to the east between the mountains and the water, and I didn't notice it earlier. And there's a cave. And it's the swamp cave. So here's our ticket to the second continent. Based on what we've seen, we basically made a big counterclockwise circle, or spiral, I suppose. So we're in an interior land area. There can't be much off to the east still. Certainly could still be something there that lurking against a coastline that we didn't see. So either we complete that versus go through the swamp cave here. It looks like we're going to pursue the other side of swamp cave first. We're up against the northern edge of the map, which I could probably predict based on what we've seen already. Northwest corner, in fact. Fortunately, lots of blue dragons, very dangerous. We have a town. And it's the town of Camplin. Not even going to check the shops for equipment. Again, extremely unlikely we're going to be able to afford or warrant any sort of upgrade at this point. Stay at the inn because we are too out of MP to check for coordinates. Still need the harp, still need the armor, although we don't technically need the armor, but it's definitely a big quality of life increase. We have coordinates. 21 north, 54 east. Probably somewhere in the Hawksness Remulder area against the eastern edge of the map. Perhaps between there and Breck. Would be my rough guesstimate based on those coordinates. Definitely shouldn't be walking around with 32 HP. Definitely shouldn't be walking around with 32 HP. And that is an unforced error there. No reason not to cast Heal More to make sure that my HP is maxed out, especially knowing that blue dragons were in the area. Turned out the green dragon, also with sleep, sends us home. counting out the coordinates here, as opposed to saving the princess. We do need to save the princess at some point. The problem with this is if you turn the princess in to get the GPS, you can't do the Three's Company any longer. So you have to basically choose one or the other. Technically speaking, you could save, rescue the princess, use the GPS to get the coordinates, determine whether the coordinates are required or not, or at least just locate where they are, and then reset, and then go and pick the item up if it's required, without using the GPS. Probably not the most efficient thing, especially since these are relatively straightforward to count. If they were on the second continent, however, I would imagine it would be extremely difficult to count them out. So there's Garenham, just taking a few notes of different steps here. There's the paired towns of Hawksness and Remolder. Just to the north is Brack, and indeed it is between the two, and it's the flute. That's not armor. That's not a harp. So what do we still have left at this point? We have the bottom two chests in the grave, which have been available to us for quite a long time. We had keys within 10 minutes. We also have the search tile in coal. Mountain Cave is yet to be found. That's 5 additional checks. There's definitely lots of possibilities still. We have not had the best luck of this one with Hurtmore against the Wraith Knights. Taking a lot of unnecessary swamp damage there. I think I forgot exactly how to get down to the swamp cave. Again, even though this is just a casual scene, I'm running this on my own, asynchronously versus anybody else. There's still that anxiety or that just uncomfortableness with the way things have gone. All this, as well as things were going for the first, 15, 20 minutes where we were like level 9, level 10. We had already picked up several key important items. We already had Erdrick's Sword. We already had Hurtmore. And then it just came to this grinding halt about 25 minutes in when we got lost. It just feels really bad, and it does start to get into your head. If this were a live race setting, especially in a tournament setting, your head is completely out of the game at that point. So it is very important to try to keep all of that in mind as you go, and try to minimize the effects that that has on your gameplay as much as possible. Alright, nothing else here on the first continent. Outside, unfortunately, so we're still kind of stuck. Have you tried to walk through here? Almost out of resources. Wizard was kind, fortunately only cast Stop Spell on us, let us pass. The Blue Dragon, though, not quite as nice, puts us to sleep, sends us home yet again. thing's really spiraling out of control at this point. Okay, we're now at level 13. 8 agility is pretty good. 19 HP and MP. Both massive gains. Level 13 looking pretty good for being able to make a successful dive through Sharlock, so we really need to finish getting all the things here as quickly as possible. Just based on survivability stats alone, probably was doable at an earlier level already based on what we've seen. The big limiting factor would be the agility. Agility of 64 still itself isn't great. When it was in the 50s just last level, you do not have great odds. Oh boy, Demon Knights also with Dragon Lore Breath. Always dangerous. But agility in the 50s, you are basically a coin flip to run, slightly better for most enemies, but you are at a significant disadvantage against Armored Knights and Red Dragons. Since we're going in as we find a cave here, it is not the Rainbow Drop Cave, so this has got to be the Mountain Cave. We will still dive it, we still need the harp. Although technically, if there is a search tile available in coal, we have not found 3 cursed belts, so we're not guaranteed of that. But that is where the silver harp would be, or it could be the armor and the harp could be elsewhere. So either way, this is still the correct place since we found it. As I was saying about the dive through Sharlock, we don't need to conserve resources, we just need to get to the Dragon Lord. Don't have to fight him, as we find a magic key in chest 2. So it's possible. It just depends on what enemy complement we find in Sharlock. If we find red dragons, blue dragons we've seen are dangerous, green dragons even with sleep. So we pick up some fairy water, another cursed belt. I believe that's only the second. But only one chest left here. And it's just some cash. So no dice in terms of armor or harp. So that leaves coal, the bottom 2 of the grave, and then of course Sharlock, at least for the armor. Since we're already here on the second continent, we've already fully explored the first. We should look for coal first and go from there. We also need to find the Rainbow Drop Cave. If the harp is not there, we will have to dive the bottom of the grave. And that's Cantlin, Swamp Cave. Immediately to the east of Swamp Cave, are the two locations that we were looking for. So that is going to be coal on the bottom and the Rainbow Drop Cave on the top. All the luck. Double Dragon Lord Breath, 2 run fails from the Demon Knight, sends us home. Now we gotta walk all the way back again. What's particularly frustrating is that if the Silver Harp is there in coal, I will have to come back to the first continent to do the turn-in, then back over to the second continent again to do the Rainbow Drop turn-in, and then come back here to get into Sherlock. Not ideal. Theoretically, because I'm walking right past the grave right now, it wouldn't be the worst idea to do the full dive here. If the armor happens to be there, that's just a bonus. If the harp is there, and either nothing or the armor is in coal, we're going to be right next door to that anyway when we do the Rainbow Drop turn, so we'll still check it and not really lose any time. So it is a toss-up. It's not a risky play, but, you know, to walk all the way over here and not get what we need would be a little bit on the annoying and time-wasting side, so we'll see. Alright, second continent, take 3, second attempt here to get into coal and to the Rainbow Drop Cave. We are successful this time. Coal, do you have the Silver Harp? You do. Alright, time to do some turn-ins. Probably gonna go without the armor in this one. So we're going to pick up the princess on the way. The fact that we don't have all of our movement spells is a little bit not ideal. Outside would be great. Return would be great. Unfortunately, those are the 2 spells that we don't have at this point. See what the spike tile here is. Axe Knight. Again, wish I would have checked this sooner. Although we did misplace the Swamp Cave for a long time, but this would be a very, very efficient grind. Princess rescued, heading back out the south end here. Now perhaps if I were a tad more forward-thinking, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to pick up a set of wings while I was still in Cole, having picked up the Silver Harp. That would have allowed me to rescue the princess, walk out, and then wing home, go immediately over to the Staff Cave, and then into Sharlock. Probably after healing either in the castle or in Garenham first. But regardless of our map troubles earlier, we are pretty confident of our ability to navigate at this point. We just have to get not terribly unlucky, and be put to sleep by a blue dragon for 4 turns. Preemptively when we had no opportunity to run. Oh, wait. That's exactly what happened. Yikes. Big yikes. This seed has gone so badly. Ugh. My frustration in watching this is just as intense as my frustration was playing it in the moment. It's so irritating seeing the path forward and knowing what needs to be done and just having this complete inability to execute it because the game just does not want you to succeed. And, you know, maybe a few unforced errors in there as well. Maybe. Definitely. Now, I mean, the Princess Rescue was, I suppose, a bit preemptive. What we could have done was just gone home, done the staff turn-in, because we have to go back to the second continent through the Swamp Cave anyway, rescue the princess on the back end of the Rainbow Drop pickup. That way, if we did run into any trouble and take a death, we weren't losing that amount of time. And that would be fair, and I think that if I had picked up wings, that probably would have been the better play. Or, alternatively, you could pick up 2 sets of wings and do it twice, or take a death refill out of Cole and automatically come home. Either way. Basically anything but what I actually did. Alrighty, another trip across the Swamp Cave. Still no outside, still no return. And by another trip across the Swamp Cave, I mean another attempted trip across the Swamp Cave. Oh boy, the rage. The rage is building. Feels like I'm playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy or Pogo Stuck or something, and you just fall back and lose 20 minutes worth of progress over and over. making the same mistake or just having badness happen to you. Unfortunately, some of it, there's not a whole lot of risk mitigation sometimes when it comes to some of these, other than grinding further and hoping and praying for agility or even more HP. I suppose I haven't attempted to cast Stop Spell on the Blue Dragon. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Blues can have, I think, up to 11 out of 12 resistance anyway, so it's not... I mean, they might have no resistance to Stop Spell, and at least you'd mitigate that, even though you'd still be susceptible to the Dragon Lord Breath. Potentially could also dive the Grave, and again, hope and pray that the armor is down there to at least mitigate the damage from Dragon Lord Breath a bit. But there's just not much you can do about it. Those are your options, and all of those are time-consuming and are no guarantee that you're going to be any better off or safer. You could get 3 agility in the next 6 levels. Our Erdrick's armor can be in Charlock. Okay, successfully across. Rainbow drop successfully acquired as well. Time to rescue the princess. Again. I am so sick of blue dragons. They are the absolute worst! Alright. Princess Gwaelin. I will try not to die again, and have you dragged back here to the Swamp Cave. Interesting. Not a bad idea here. We have the MP. Axonites we don't think are dangerous from what we've seen, and we only need to kill 3 of them to reach level 14. Maybe we learn Outside, maybe we learn Return, maybe we get some HP, Agility, anything. Anything would be helpful here. Level 14. 3, 19 Agility, 2, and 3. So 19 Agility is going to make a world of difference. 64 versus 83. We're talking, again, slightly better than a coin flip against most enemies, including blue dragons, versus having probably 70+%. And against armored knights and red dragons, talking about 30% versus 40 to 45% chance to run. Again, makes a massive difference. Glad I took that opportunity. Interestingly, we did not learn Outside or Return, so those are going to be at level 15 or 16. Fingers crossed, we don't need to do that. Oh, God. Demon Knight, good lord. You are almost literally killing me. 1 HP survival. We got lucky there. And that's on me, I should know. Absolutely must have at least 73 HP to survive a max Dragonlord Breath. That could have been another almost 5-minute time loss. Okay, final heal up, ready to go. Half plate, large shield, 69 defense, not ideal. Not defense breaking or repelling anything in Charlock. Susceptible to Dragon Lord Breath, which we've seen from the Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon and Green Dragon both have sleep. Ah man, the Rainbow Drop didn't even give us any colors. So sad. And we immediately find red dragons, of course. Fortunate to get away first try on that one. Again, resources we are free to burn as we go. We don't need to fight and defeat the Dragon Lord, we only need to reach the Dragon Lord. Really fortunate so far. 3 red dragon encounters. We've run away first try all 3 times. Realizing that repel is not going to help. Decide to save the 2 MP correctly. Out of the first zone, hopefully no more reds. Golems, if they determine to be problematic, then we always have the flute. Technically, that would be the safest way to run. We haven't seen them do anything other than attack. I don't even know if we've seen an attack we've run successfully so far. But theoretically, that would be the safest. Alright, now down to the fork in the road between heading toward the Vanilla Sword versus down to the bottom floor. You could make the argument that it is at least worth checking for Erdrick's armor while we're here. Seeing as we're finding blue dragons and such here in the middle zone, I want to try to minimize the number of encounters if possible. But the armor would help us in that it would cut down on Dragon Lord Breath should we encounter any more blues. Also give us a nice defensive boost. Plus the heal walking, of course, although with 80 MP left, I don't think that's that much of an issue. Blue dragons here in the bottom zone also. Run luck has been good enough so far. Opting to kill the Armored Knight here as opposed to trying to run away from it. Probably not the worst idea. Again, we're almost at the end here. We still got 60 plus MP in the tank. Spike Tile. Red Dragon, delightful. I haven't actually seen them do anything. They can still attack pretty hard. Oh, they have Dragon Lord Breath. That could be bad. We're lucky we didn't see that earlier. Oh, they have Heal More also. Okay, stop spell worked. That's good. This is gonna be tight, depending on whether or not it uses Dragon Lord Breath. We do not have the armor. We can take up to 72 damage in a single attack. 3 heal mores left. Uh-oh. One heal more left. I'm not the herbs are kind of superfluous. I mean, you're just trying to keep yourself above 72, I suppose, but okay, we get through. 82 HP, no heal mores left, half of our herbs gone, 10 steps left, we get to the Dragon Lord. Let's just follow the text. Yes, I will really join, half the world is thine. I have some great ideas to spruce up this place, thinking of putting in some curtains, maybe a disco ball over here. Dragon Lord has some interesting, albeit outdated fashion sense. And we have achieved what we thought would be achievable in a significantly shorter time frame. Officially 1 hour, 10 minutes, 14 seconds. I have to admit, it's probably not a shocker, but I am not particularly happy with how that panned out. With level 1 Hurtmore and Erdrick Sword in under 5 minutes, this siege should have been so much faster, especially because of the alternate win condition. Combination, though, of several very dangerous enemies in critical locations, namely the Blue Dragons with Sleep Dragonlord Breath, on the primary continent and on the second continent, plus in the swamp and mountain caves, Demon Knights also with Dragonlord Breath, even some of the early game enemies like Warlocks with Hurtmore, in combination with our lack of Erdrick's armor, which I can tell you was in Charlock, it wasn't in the bottom of the grave. That really upped the challenge in this one, and by challenge, I mean the luck factor. We also missed that one tile-wide gap that led to the Swamp Cave and the rest of the seed for a good 10 plus minutes, so lots of re-exploration. That's entirely on me, that's just a mismap. What could we have done differently, aside from not doing that? Probably ventured forth a little bit too aggressively in the early game, took a few deaths that I didn't need to, but it's hard not to with, Hurtmore and the sword so early. If I had spent some time grinding up more levels, this probably on the Armored Knights and Hawksness, I think the exploration phase would have been a bit easier, but again, honestly, my luck with the dragons didn't deteriorate until the later game anyway, so I'm not sure. Plus, with the armor locked away and inaccessible, short of that huge agility gain at level 14, grinding would have just led to being strong enough to win without any of the homework completed. So it's really hard to say what the right call was in this one. Alrighty, let's take a look at the map for this one. So there is our overworld map. Really, there were two clusters of locations separated in the corners of the map and isolated behind the solitary swamp cave, which was sort of central, so kind of following from where we started. Tantegel was kind of south-central. The grave was almost impossible to miss just to the east to start, so since the sword was there, pretty much nothing else was critical to find immediately that was accessible. Even if you did explore north from there first and didn't find the swamp cave right away, you really didn't miss out on anything in the southeast corner except for some mediocre defensive equipment and then the key access, which again wasn't critical based on what we found in those locations. The back and forth of the quest item acquisitions was also required. Harp and coal on the second continent, back to the staff turn-in near home on the first continent, back to the second continent for the rainbow drop turn-in as well. So, and this was overall a fairly small overworld. It definitely felt like it during the play as well, but a difficult one nonetheless. As you notice, the entire northeast corner and anything that is in black was both inaccessible and unable to be seen from any of the walkable terrain. Also, that small island in the southwest corner also inaccessible. So lots of inaccessible areas in this map, not a huge one. Regardless, a challenging overworld nonetheless. So that leads us to the all-important results from this week's players in the Seed of the Week. And there are the results. And the fact that we posted the number 2 time this week, pretty surprising. Given all the time lost due to re-exploration, some pretty unlucky deaths to Blue Dragons, Green Dragons, Demon Knights, etc., we could have done much better. That said, our luck in avoiding the nonsense early was pretty decent. I mean, we basically hit the point where we only needed to get to the swamp cave and across to find the things at about 25 minutes. That's very fast. And the fact that the Red Dragon mini-boss in Sharlock was a massive troll, the DL2 breath plus Healmore, could have derailed our finish right there had we not gone through first try. That's probably another 10 minutes on top. Interestingly, about that one-tile pathway to the Swamp Cave, several others did report missing the same thing. So I do wonder if the map coloration did play a role in this one. I don't know. Either way, a very good result from an otherwise mediocre feeling run. With a wider field, I'd expect a sub-hour winner, and with the right RNG, I think this could easily be sub 50. It just depends. Sometimes you get the dragon, sometimes the dragon gets you. Either way, that's going to do it for this week's Dragon Warrior Randomizer Seed of the Week. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel for more. Come visit over at twitch.tv/diabetes2. For more Dragon Warrior Randomizer, other similar gameplay. We also do DW2R, DW4R on occasion. Check out the description below for more information about the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Seed of the Week, the Randomizer, the DWR Discord community. DWR is both a great play and a great watch, so I'd encourage you to give either or both a shot. But until next time, this is Diabetes2. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.